Hey guys, and welcome to a new video. Today, another farming strategy. This is kind of like my take in this Phrecia event. Pick like any league mechanic, buy a bunch of idols and put something together and then make a build to farm that league mechanics. And today I'm gonna share with you guys the Deli Strands kind of like strategy. Obviously, Deli Strands have been a staple in many leagues already, and I've covered that in this channel for normal regular leagues. But obviously, this time around we have idols and we can do completely stupid and ridiculous fun stuff. So, what are we looking at today? We are having, first of all, chance to have a Deli mirror, then the chance of giving Delirium orbs. We're going to farm those as well. We're going to have powerful harbingers. We're going to have some breach in the mix. We're going to have reward progress fills faster, a bunch of those, right? And this basically means that we can stack 5 Paranoia scarabs. Quickly pull this one up here. Paranoia. So here we are. Delirium Scarab of Paranoia. Delirium encounters in area generate 2 additional rewards. So what happens if we just kind of like whatever your build can take, put in like a strand map with 5 of these additional rewards, so 10 additional rewards plus a bunch of like Deli orbs and faster progress and some powerful harbinger bosses, some breaches in the mix. It's some nice loot explosions at the end, because you can imagine if you get like 15 different rewards more or less. And with that, like 9 stages or something, you can imagine that this is gonna get a little bit ridiculous, right? So let me quickly do the Tetris game over here. Put this over here, here. So let me quickly mouse over every single idol so you see what we're gonna have here, right? And we're also using the unique idol that gives us +1 to progression of our rewards if we kill the map boss in time. And even though this is actually a fairly cheap strategy, because the Paranoia scarabs are fairly cheap. They're like 2 chaos a piece, so that's basically 10 chaos investment per map. You can do it a little bit harder when you do like additional content here, right? But I'm doing this just regular. I can go with like +10 rewards. I'm doing some Eater of Worlds. But, you want to kind of like try to finish the map before the Deli mirror runs out. And you need a good build for that. You need to be tanky, you need a lot of damage, because the way it works, you have like these Deli stages, right? You have, in the start, it's like, whatever, 20% Deli, but the further you go away from the Deli mirror in the start, the harder it's gonna get, and at the end, when the map boss is there, it's gonna be 100% Deli, so it's not like some beginner, like, hey, League Starter, 1 divine investment kind of like strategy that you can do. You need a good build to do this. Even my build is not, like, sometimes failing it, so the rewards run out at like 8 rewards or so before I kill the map boss, because the title runs out. It's like, depending on the map mods and so on. And what you can expect is basically a shit ton of all kinds of loots. You're gonna see the reward bar in the bottom on the bottom side once we start the map, and you're gonna get everything. You get currency, you get scarabs, you get gems, you get essences, you get idols, like you get freaking everything, because as far as I saw, you cannot get double, like 2 times currency, 2 times scarab or something, so it's gonna be different, and we're gonna have a lot of those. So I would say, without further ado, we're gonna just activate this. And the build that I'm using here is a Power Siphon Mine Gambler. So yes, it is 325.2 or 3. We are in the Phrecia League, and mbX is playing the Gambler. And this is basically focused around like Power Siphon Mines. We have Risk Aversion, we have Growing Accumulator, we do have the Risky Exploit, as well as the Reversed Odds for the 50% chance to treat enemy monsters, elemental resistance values as inverted, same as we do on the Mastery over here. So overall, pretty nice combination of damage, and then a bunch of tattoos with Supreme Ostentation, so we don't have really attributes, and we're just gonna tattoo this bad boy up, and that's basically it. Let me quickly go and show you guys on my, if I go to desktop, I think everything is disabled, so you kind of see in the start, at least, on how many progress we're already starting. So we have 2, 4, 6, 8, 11 rewards already just by basically starting the map. And what you do is you basically just, you know, try to always open these like little cocoons over here, because these spawn Deli monsters, and the Deli monsters are basically giving you more reward progress, right? And it can get pretty yeah, rough when we go to the end of the map. But as you see on the rewards thingy, like with the idols, with faster progression and stuff like that, it is super fun to play, and actually pretty rewarding, just because the idols and everything, and not the idols, the scarabs are pretty cheap, because, you know, when scarabs in bulk are like 2 chaos, you know, like nobody is farming that kind of things, right? And on top of that, we're gonna get a lot of like simulacrum splinters, we're gonna generate simulacrums on top of that, lots of Deli orbs, lots of all kinds of thing. So it's a complete mess when it comes to the loot, but also yeah, all kinds of like cool stuff. So let me quickly focus here. Let me actually swap back to my other. So here we are. But yeah, this is basically what I'm doing here in terms of like the build. So this is a power charge, or at least let's say a try not attribute, that is PoE 2 stuff, right? Try charge stacking Slayer, the one build that I have played countless of times, and every time I return to this build, I'm having so much fun, and this is actually the main reason why I went with the Gambler here, right? Because this build is built around the Forbidden Flame Flash of the Masterful form, which is the one from Slayer, which says your maximum frenzy charges is equal to your maximum endurance charges is equal to your maximum frenzy charges. And if we use the Badge of the Brotherhood, which says your maximum frenzy charges is equal to your maximum power charges. Which means you scale, for example, 10 power charges means you get 10 frenzy charges and 10 endurance charges based on the amulet and the ascendancy, and that makes up for a very tanky build. On top of that, we're playing this as CI. So yeah, and with the Maven belt, which is the Gracious Secret, or Graven Secret, which means we're also gonna have absorption charges. So as of right now, with the Relacash Impatience boots, means we have permanent all frenzy power and endurance charges up, plus the absorption charges makes like I have like currently over 40 of these charges active, and they scale quite a bunch of damage, and the rest from the damage that we need, since we get a lot of like increased damage from all kinds of sources, thanks to the power siphon line that we get 150% of spell damage as increased attack damage, means all we have to do to make this build do damage is to stack a bunch of flat damage Abyss Jewels. But this is about the strategy, this is not about the build, so the PUB is in the description below if you're interested. And there is still a bunch of upgrades to do, but just like from the tankiness and clear aspect, it's actually super fun. It's kind of weird though, because I never really play minor characters, and this time around we're like day 9 or day 10 of the event, and I'm already played 2 of those. So League started with the Hexblast minor for Sanctums, and now basically doing my second minor, which is Power Siphon mines, and I'm like honestly impressed on how chill those minor playstyles are, and kind of like regret that I have never really touched them before, because they are like super chill. Mainly because of the automation support linked to your detonate mines, so that means it is a one-button playstyle. I'm not like have to manually trigger my mines, because honestly I would most likely not do that, right? Because I'm all about like super chill builds, like low maintenance, without any influence of like what is it called, situational modifiers, where you only get something while you do something, right? I want to have a strong character at all times, and with the Relacash boots, it's like one of the best items that they have ever introduced into the game. So I would say we're gonna skip the breaches over here, because I've already seen the... Ah, shit, no! Wait, I need to rush forward. I saw the time. I was like talking too much. No, let's try to kill the boss, so my rewards jump actually to 8. I can prove that is actually a thing. 4, 3, 2, okay, jump to 8. We're now done, and... Ah, Man, these loot explosions are just freaking amazing. But yeah, as you see, lots of essences, currency drops. Here is a 4, what was that? Currency, fine Delirium Orbs, Diviner's Delirium Orbs, 4 Jeweler Delirium Orbs, 3 Blacksmith, 2 Armorers, Foreboding. Here is more like... How many did we get? Like 6, 7, 8, 12, 13, 15... Deli orbs just from like one single map, right? So you can stack those up, sell those in bulk, because people will soon be able to have strong enough builds to do their 100% Deli T17 maps, and that will be a whole different side of stories. And yeah, basically, as you see from the loot, you just get a bunch of everything, as well as like a bunch of like Deli orbs, simulacrums, and whatnot, and you can basically just sell all of them off. Also, like, the Abyss Jewels are not really to ignore, just because before I had like one for minions that sold for 3 divines as a 3-stat Abyss Jewel, so that one is pretty nice. You also get to have the all the resources that you get from the normal mapping. You can drop T17 maps, yada yada. The resources for the King's March, so we're not skipping out of that. We're gonna get a lot of gold. So, you know, you can pretty much do the average, yeah, stuff in your mapping thingy, right? So, we're gonna pick up this. We're gonna kill off the last few monsters. But yeah, this is basically it. Now, rinse and repeat, and just keep on doing that until you get, like, freaking rich, I guess. And that's basically what I'm doing right now, is just farm those maps, grind up, because there's a bunch of upgrades. I'm currently on 11 charges, and I could get up to, like, 15. Talking about a power charge ring would give me +2 with the Calandra's Touch ring. Then I could get another power charge on my helmet. And I can also get the Supreme Vision for only Discipline. That's what I'm basically... doing over here. If you're wondering why I'm not using any other aura, like any damaging auras, this will be based around the Supreme Vision that gives you 1 max power charge if Discipline is your only aura. So I'm only running like Arctic Armor, Tempest Shield, and Automation here, because I'm not allowed to use any other auras, basically, right? Good. I would say this is it for this strategy. I can definitely recommend. It's super fun, and it is also very cheap, based on that these scarabs are basically for free, I would say. You know, 10C for 5 scarabs is actually almost nothing, if you ask me, in this league. Alright guys, thanks for tuning in, thanks for watching, and see you in the next video.